Hey coin collectors, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to look into 16 rare and extra valuable US coins to look for in 2023. Hit that subscribe button below this video and let's get started. Number 16, 1967 Canadian dollar from Special Mint Set, graded as SP68 by PCGS. Powder blue, antique gold, olive gray, and champagne pink iridescence are seen on both sides of this expertly preserved superb gem. Universally reflective with a full strike and virtually pristine appearance, this elusive specimen ended up selling for $2,400. Number 15, this is 1934 Washington quarter with double die obverse. Graded in mint state 65 plus by PCGS, a dramatic doubling is readily evident. On God we trust. This is a flashy, vibrantly lustrous specimen, mounted Stella Colbert registry set with supremely rusty ice-white surfaces and bold striking definition, nearly pristine on both sides, with simply outstanding eye appeal. It was sold for $2,937.50. Number 14, here is 1961 Roosevelt Diamond mint state 67 plus with full bands. It displays bold definition and smooth, flawless surfaces. Gorgeous rainbow toning on the obverse adds to the already superb eye appeal. PCGS Plus grade for premium quality at the top of end of the signed grade. It ended up selling for $3,400. Number 13, this is 1977 D nickel in MS67 plus condition with full steps. According to NGC price guide, as of August 2023, a Jefferson nickel from 1977 in circulated condition is worth between 10 cents and 20 cents. However, on the open market, 1977 D nickel in pristine uncirculated condition sells for as much as $190. MS67 plus graded full step specimens are very scarce and worth hundreds of dollars. This one was sold for $4,973.62 with buyer's fee. Number 12, this is 1914 D Lincoln Center MS64 red condition. According to NGC, though sharply struck 1914 D cents are found, most have moderate die erosion and loss of detail. The label of Lincoln's coat being a shallow feature of the design, often lost to severe die polishing. This rarity is often faked by adding a D mint mark to the Philadelphia coins or by shaving down the first four on the 1944 D cents. Both alterations are easily detected. This specimen was sold for $4,320. Number 11, this is 1957 D error penny struck on a 10-cent planchet, graded in mint state 64 by PCGS. A 1957 D struck on a 10-cent planchet is a type of mint error coin. This means that during coin production process, a cent die was used to strike a planchet that was intended for a dime. Mint errors like these occur when there is a mistake in the machinery or feeding process at the mint. Such error coins are highly collectible among numismatics due to their rarity and uniqueness. Bright and lustrous silver with some deeper highlights. Superb quality error coins that ended up selling for $4,370. Number 10, here is 1963 Washington quarter in mint state 67 plus. According to Stack's Powers, peripheral toning in iridescent powder blue yields to equally inviting pinkish silver and champagne gold towards the centers. The surfaces are fully frosted in finish and expectably smooth for the assigned grade. Very few survivors from the mintage of 74,316,000 circulation strikes, as are well preserved and visually appealing as is premium quality MS67 plus. It fetched a sum of $6,600. Number 9, this is 1946 S Washington quarter in mint state 68. Approaching perfection, this tantalizing smooth 46S quarter does not reveal so much as a single trivial detraction. Potent frosty luster is very much in evidence, however the beautiful toning in orange, gold, royal purple and silver rose colors is simply exquisite. According to Stax Powers, this is one of the finest known examples in PCGS census, and it ended up selling for $7,200. Number 8. Moving on with this rare Kennedy half dollar with incredible mint error, 1973 50-cent piece struck in a 1.6 gram copper planchet on obverse. Graded as PR67 by NGC, a copper disc of non-standard weight for US coinage, is struck into obverse of this proof 1973 as half dollar. The reverse has a normal appearance. The copper disc has attractively toned in ocean blue, peach gold, sea green, and plum red hues. The remainder of a coin has a clad alloy and remains brilliant. The copper disc is moderately off-center within the obverse, favoring the southwest. It was sold for $10,800. Number 7. 1959 The Washington Quarter in mint state 67. CAC proven wonderful rarity. This beautiful piece is fully struck and fully brilliant with radiant surfaces that are nearly pristine. An important specimen for the high-end Washington Quarter collectors that ended up selling for $7,637.50. Number 6. Here is 1934 The Washington Quarter with heavy motto and small D mint mark. Graded in mint state 67 by PCGS. This enchanting super gem really needs to be seen to be fully appreciated. Both sides are dressed in a bold array of multicolored iridescent toning that includes shades of pale apricot, pinkish rose, golden olive, champagne pink, and pearl gray. The FS501 attribution of this issue refers to what Bill Fivas and J.T. Stanton believe is just a single leftover die from the 1932 issue. 1932 issue, attributably by a small d mint mark that's also known as a type of 1932. The authors describe it as a rare variety by any standard. It was sold for $11,400. Number 4. This is 1944 Lincoln Cent with D over S repunched mint mark. Highly sought after wartime era pennies. This is a strong over mint mark. The secondary S is evident clearly protruding from the top of the D. The MS66 Plus grade by PCGS adds to the overall value of a coin. It was bargained for $13,500. Number 4. Here is 1932 Washington Quarter in mint state 67. Attractively toned keyed issue is grade proven by CAC. A magnificent example of this first-year Washington Quarter issue. Vivid rainbow tints can be seen on both sides, most prominently on the obverse, framing silver centers with strong lusters throughout. Sharply struck with abundant eye appeal, it ended up selling for $15,000. Number 3. 1977 The Eisenhower dollar struck on a 40% silver planchet, graded in mint state 63 by NGC. A clad Ike should weigh 22.7 grams, while the transitional error coin has weight of 24.9 grams. Struck on a planchet intended for 40% silver San Francisco Bicentennial Ike dollars. A lustrous and nicely struck mint error with peripheral straw gold toning and a few minor obverse field grazes. It was sold for $17,625. Number 2. 1909 Ace Penny with repunched mint mark. A highlight of Lincoln Cent offering in this sale. This phenomenal superb gem is one of the finest examples of variety certified by either major grading service. Satin in texture with a razor-sharp strike from the dies. Both sides also exhibit beautiful color in a pale rose-orange shade. Silky smooth surface are fully deserving of the impressive MS67 red grade from PCGS. It was sold for $16,800. Number 1, and here is 1922 Note D Lincoln Cent with strong reverse, an outstanding choice, uncirculated survivor of the popular and conditionally challenging 1922 Note D Cent. The obverse is typically soft in strike, although all major design elements are fully appreciable in the absence of wear. Sharply defined throughout the reverse, with ample pinkish raw luster on both sides. Minimally toned, this premium quality example is more red than brown. The most desirable of three die pairs known for 1922 Note D Cent. Die pair 2 is missing the mint mark due to overzealous polishing of the obverse die. This is representative of rare error variety in MS64 condition, ended up selling for $63,000. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content on fascinating world of collecting. See you in the next episode. Welcome dear viewers, I'm thrilled to have you join me in this captivating episode where I will unveil 15 rare coins that are worth thousands of dollars. You should avoid spending them by mistake, so hit that subscribe button below and let's get started. Number 15. This is Error 1976S half dollar in PR65. Red and brown condition, elusive specimen double struck on a cent planchet. According to Heritage, bicentennial half dollars were struck for only 2 years, 1975 and 1976. The short-lived type is seldom encountered in off-metal form, particularly with a widely separated double strike. The first strike was widely off-center toward 730. The second strike is moderately off-center toward 1030. From the first strike, portions of Independence Hall remain at 1:30 and 3 o'clock, and portions of Kennedy's ear and neckline are present near 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock, relative to the second strike. This one was sold for $5,280. Here is 1974 Jefferson nickel struck on a 1974 Lincoln Cent, graded in mint state 65 red and brown condition. By NGC, an impressive double denomination 6-cent piece. Lincoln statue can be seen within the pillars of the Lincoln Memorial, across the jaw of Jefferson. On the reverse, Lincoln's beard and bow tie face south near the steps of Monticello. Portions of 1 cent and In God We Trust are retained from the cent strike. This error nickel ended up selling for $5,040. Number 13. This is 1966 Washington Quarter in mint state 68. The 1966 Washington Quarter was struck in staggering numbers. However, numismatic interest in the issue as a whole was generally non-existent until the recent escalation of registry set competition. Decades of commercial use reduced what might have been a universal common coin to one that is conditionally rare in topmost grades. PCGS reports 6 coins in MS68 with just single finer. It was sold for $5,760. Number 12. 1970S Lincoln Cent with double die obverse, graded in mint state 65 red by PCGS. Die doubling on this cherry pickers variety is strong on In God We Trust and Liberty, with lesser doubling on the date. Satiny copper orange luster complements boldly struck design elements, with no major abrasions or spots. Eye appeal is tremendous. It was sold for $5,520. Number 11. Here is 1/10 of Balboa struck on a proof US time planchet, graded as PR67 by NGC, a nearly pristine representative of this scarce mint error. Struck on a proof time planchet and clearly is a product of decidedly bold strike as would be expected from any modern proof, flashy with a hint of subdued haze appearing to lend steely blue appearance, creating a wholly intriguing representative, booming with visual character. It was sold for $6,000. Number 10. Here is 1976S Silver Bicentennial Quarter, graded as MS69 by PCGS. The silver 1976S Bicentennial Quarter is an issue not typically seen in an auction setting, unless of course it is PCGS certified MS69. This top-grade registry coin is frosty and brilliant, showing a sharp strike and virtually flawless surfaces. It was sold for $6,600. Number 9. This is 1969 D Kennedy half dollar in MS67 Plus condition. Those building a color set of Kennedy halves can add a capstone to the collection with this Plus graded 1969 D, which is imbued with fiery rainbow colors on both sides. Struck with silver content, the 1969 D is important as a final Kennedy half issue, earmarked for commercial circulation with that alloy. It is also one of the rarest dates in the series, in MS67 or finer condition. It was sold for $6,600. Number 8. 1963 Franklin half dollar in MS66 condition with full bell lines. The final year issue from the Philadelphia Mint is challenging to acquire in gem or better full bell lines grades. Both sides are sharp and satiny, showing brilliant mint luster. Not a single mentionable abrasion is noted. It was sold for $6,600. Number 7. This is 1977 S Lincoln cent struck on a 10-cent planchet, graded as PR68 Ultra Cameo by NGC. A remarkably attractive silver-colored cent showing liquid-like mirrorings throughout the field, and frosty luster across the brilliant devices. Detail is sharp and contrast is dramatic on both sides. The lower obverse and upper reverse rim is incompletely filled by the dime planchet. It ended up selling for $7,500. Number 6. Here is 1971 D Eisenhower dollar in mint state 67 plus. The clad Eisenhower dollar issues as a whole are condition rarities in top grades, as they were produced at high speed with no concern for quality. Unlike the collector pieces issued each year in San Francisco, the 1971 Philadelphia and Denver dollars were likely saved in higher quantities than their later years. This amazing superb gem is a stunner with pristine and highly lustrous surfaces that display brilliant gold, lavender blue, maize and rose toning. It was sold for $10,200. This is Bicentennial Kennedy half dollar. 1976 S 50-cent piece in MS69 condition. The nation's bicentennial celebration was widely celebrated at the time, and special reverse designs for the quarter, half dollar, and dollar were created to mark the occasion. The coins all showed a dual 1776-1976 date on obverse. The half-dollar reverse with Independence Hall as centerpiece was designed by Seth G. Huntington. In addition to a regular issue clad coinage, 11 million silver-clad uncirculated specimens were struck and offered in sets, and 4 million silver-clad proofs were struck for collectors. This magnificent silver-clad MS69 specimen exhibits sharply detailed design elements throughout, and virtually flawless surfaces are lustrous and appealing. It was sold for $9,600. Number 4. Moving on with his 1979 Anthony dollar overstruck on a 1978 Washington quarter, so-called double denomination coin, graded in mint state 67 by NGC. Some letterings of undertype can be seen under close inspection. Washington's head facing down is overlapped by the eagle of Anthony dollar on the reverse. This amazing error coin ended up selling for $13,200. Jefferson nickel in mint state 66, highly sought after repunched D over D mint mark. The repunching is clear with a loop, but may escape detection by unaided eye. Each side is brilliant and satiny with slight reflectivity discerned in the fields. A few tiny marks are not bothersome, although the steps of Monticello exhibits a typical softness. This coin is otherwise well struck and pleasing. It was sold for $19,800. Number 2. This is 1969 S Lincoln cent with double diverse, graded as MS63 brown by NGC. The doubling is plainly visible on the date, Liberty, and in God We Trust. PCGS estimates that only about 30 examples of this variety are known, and it is ranked second in Schechter and Garrett's 100 Greatest US Modern Coins. Third edition, surpassed in importance only by 1975 Noah's Proof Dime. They're right, it is definitely the most valuable iridescent variety and among the most rare. Discovered in 1970s, the variety was initially declared a counterfeit by US Secret Service. However, the service later reversed its position when it was confirmed that the variety was a genuine mint error. In the decades since, the double die popularity has ballooned among collectors, compounded by the fact that few additional examples have ever been discovered. This rare specimen was sold for $37,200. Number 1, and this is famous 1968 Noah's Roosevelt dime, a proof error variety in PR69 grade with cameo designation. The 1968 Noah's Roosevelt dime proof is ranked the third in Scott Schechter and Jeff Garrett's 100 greatest US modern coins. Dimes were struck from an obverse die that lacked the S mint mark. It is easy to see how this error could have occurred. All dies are made at a single die shop in Philadelphia and then shipped to the branch meets where the dies are used in production. Coinage of this year was the first time that the missing mint mark error could have occurred on a US proof coin, because this was the first year that these coins had mint marks. This rare example features perfectly black and white surfaces with tremendous cameo contrast, an important modern rarity in essentially flawless condition that was sold for $45,600. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content on fascinating world of collecting. Take care.
Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're delving into a fascinating topic, 15 rare coins that are worth a lot of money in today's market. Be sure to hit that subscribe button below as we embark on this intriguing numismatic journey. Number 15. This is 1950 Roosevelt dime in PR68 cameo condition. According to NGC, proof coins were offered in 1950 for the first time since being interrupted by World War II in 1942. An 8-year suspension in the coining of proofs meant that the Philadelphia Mint had to relearn the process before perfecting it. As a consequence, this first emission of proof Roosevelt dimes included many coins that were only semi-brilliant. Those struck from dies that were more fully polished may sometimes show a lack of low relief details, as these were abraded from the dies. But this is not a big issue with 1950 proof dimes. Gems of this issue have been certified in good numbers through PF67, but examples displaying enough contrast on both sides to be certified as cameo are very scarce and highly sought. This one was sold for $516 on September 5, 2023. Number 14. Here is proof 1938 Walking Liberty half dollar in PR67 condition. With weight of 12.50 grams and metal composition of 90% silver and 10% copper. 1938 saw some 8,152 proof Walking Liberty half struck. As with all Walking Liberty half dollar proofs, most have little to no cameo contrast, especially on the sun. This PR67 specimen was sold for $1,380 on September 5, 2023. Number 13. Here is 1978 Kennedy half dollar in MS67 plus condition. The mintage for the 1978 Kennedy half dollar was relatively low. This coin has a grade of MS67 plus, which is one of the highest grades that a coin can be given. This means that the coin has virtually no flaws and is in excellent condition. If you have a pristine, uncirculated 1978 Kennedy half dollar, you should consider having graded by a professional coin grading service. This will help you to determine its exact value and market condition. This one was bargained for $3,125.25 with buyer's fee. Number 12. This is 1956 T. Jefferson nickel in MS66 plus condition with full steps. The central steps definition is excellent, and this single characteristic distinguishes the current coin within a plethora of certified 1956 T nickels. Full steps coins are universally scarce, and they are rare at the premium gem level. This piece displays satiny lilac gray and bluish luster with few contact marks. It ended up selling for $2,640. Number 11. Here is 1960 Washington quarter in MS67 plus condition. According to Heritage, this is a condition census example of the 1960 Washington quarter, being tied with 4 other plus graded superb gems for the second finest at PCGS. Expectedly satiny luster characterizes each side, with lemon gold border toning and a few russet flecks. The strike is sharp, and neither side exhibits bothersome abrasions. It ended up selling $3,000. Number 10. This is 1941 Jefferson nickel in PR68 condition. Wheat gold toning enriches this unabraded and well-struck proof Jefferson nickel. Essentially flawless save for a small carbon fleck above the west wing of Monticello. The quality is surpassed by only a solitary PR68 plus specimen. From a low-proof emission of 18,720 pieces. It was sold for $3,840. Number 9. This is 1971 Washington quarter in MS67 condition. The satiny surfaces are pristine, complementing sharp design elements and attractive original toning. Amber russet toning in the margin cedes to ribbons of crimson and forest green, leaving the interiors iridescent. Eye appeal is stunning for the issue. It was sold for $3,600. Number 8. Here is 1930 D Lincoln Cent in MS66 plus red condition. CAC proven superb gem. The 1930 D Lincoln Cent is one of the scarcer issues in gem uncirculated grades from the 1930s. For the most part, 1930 to 1934 D Lincoln Cents are scarce in MS66 condition and higher and more so than the dates after 1934. This elusive specimen fetched a sum of $3,840 on September 5, 2023. Number 7. This is 1943's steel penny in MS68 condition. Comes with incredible pastel toning. According to Heritage, the 1943's Lincoln steel cent is scarce in MS68, the finest numeric grade available to collectors. This glittering example displays impressive sharpness and pristine surfaces. Unlike most examples, which are brilliant white in appearance, this coin displays beautiful, delicate sky blue and pale lilac hues across the untouched zinc-coated steel surfaces. It was sold for $3,120. Number 6. Here is 1925 cent in MS65 red and brown condition. According to NGC, despite a fairly substantial mintage, 1925's cents of desirable quality are quite scarce. Worn examples are quite common from widespread hoarding during the 1930s-50s, and mint state pieces of so-so quality are likewise available. Fully red gems are very rare and tend to be much darker in shade than Philadelphia mint cents. This issue is perhaps not quite as hard to find with a decent strike as its Denver mint cousin, but the typical 1925 cent is mushy on one or both sides. The dies were used way too long and may have been improperly hardened, as well, but the result was coins having blurry and grossly distorted features. This elusive specimen was bargained for $4,920. Number 5. This is 1932 Washington quarter in MS67 condition. The first-year Philadelphia issue in the Washington quarter series is plentiful overall but scarce in high grade. Blended sun gold, red, pine green, and russet toning appear across each side. The strike is sharp, and no major abrasions are seen. It was sold for $5,520. Number 4. This is 1937 Washington quarter in MS67 condition. Delicate iridescent toning graces the otherwise brilliant, frosty surfaces of this superb gem 1937's Washington quarter. The strike is sharp, and neither side has notable abrasions. Although plentiful in lower grades, the 1937's is scarce in MS67, and CAC-approved pieces in this grade are rare. It ended up selling for $6,001.20. Number 3. Here is attractively toned 1946's quarter dollar. This dazzling MS68 example of an early post-war San Francisco issue combines high technical grade and eye-appealing charm. Delicately frosted high points give way to rolling cartwheel luster through the fields. Blue to gray overtones dominate the interiors, while the margins show gold to reddish-orange patina, those hues covering more of the reverse. A minuscule curving scrape to the left of the eagle's beak is one of the few post-striking faults visible to the unaided eye, and that only with searching. It ended up selling for $11,400. Number 2. This is 1915 D Lincoln Cent in MS67 condition. According to Heritage, full red examples of the 1915 iridescent are often available in grades through MS65, but MS66 pieces are scarce, and only a handful of finer pieces are known. This superb gem red coin is within the condition census. Well-struck devices complement copper red, satiny mint luster with no distracting spots. It was sold for $48,000. Number 1. And this is 2000 piece Sacagawea dollar muled with a statehood quarter. Extremely rare error coin in mint state 67. A gorgeous specimen of this incredible rarity showcasing golden tanned surfaces with areas of richer honey coloration throughout. The overall pristine surfaces are complemented by satiny, cartwheeling luster and bold definition to the design elements. Dye striations at the border are seen on all known examples, creating a spectacular sunburst effect most dramatic on the obverse. According to Stack Spowers, mules, coins struck using two dies intended for two different coins, have long been a holy grail of error coins for generations. In most cases, mules are intentionally produced using deliberate pairings of entirely unrelated dies purely for the purpose of creating numismatic delicacies in very small quantities intended for highly specialized collections. Such fanciful creations are familiar in many numismatic disciplines, and such items may be found in a bewildering array of combinations and metals. This one was sold for $192,000. Thanks for watching this video. Consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating numismatic content. Have a good one.
Welcome back to our channel, where we uncover the rarest finds in the world of collecting. Get ready to embark on a journey as we showcase 16 rare coins that every collector must find. Hit that subscribe button below and let's dive in. Number 16, starting with his uncirculated 1940 Washington quarter, graded in mint state 66 by PCGS. A coin grading scale is a standardized system used to evaluate the condition or quality of a coin. It provides a way for collectors, dealers, and investors to communicate about the state of coins, preservation, and wear. The grades range from poor P1 to perfect uncirculated MS70. According to David Halls, the 1940D is a low mintage date that has been considered a semi-key date in all grades. Much like 1938, 1938S, and 1939S quarters, this MS66 gem fetched a sum of $1,020 on August 29, 2023. Number 15, here is 1972 Eisenhower dollar in mint state 65, CC proven elusive gem with type 2 reverse. Lovely golden gray surfaces are luster, satiny, and exceptionally smooth in circulation. Strike Eisenhower dollar, irrespective of issue or variety. The 1972 Type 2 ranks as one of the most important condition rarities produced during the latter half of 20th century. Collectors actively seek examples in grades ranging from AU55 to gem mint state. This example was sold for $2,056.25. Number 14, this is 1943 D. Jefferson nickel in mint state 68 with 6 full steps on reverse. This is an exceptional 1943 D. Jefferson nickel that represents a pinnacle of both state and historic wartime silver alloy type. It is magnificently toned with vivid pastel colors that deliver outstanding visual appeal, fully struck with 6 full steps and essentially perfect beneath the glass. It was sold for $2,400. Number 13, this is 1936 Lincoln cent with brilliant finish, an elusive proof issue in PR65 red condition. Vivid surfaces are reddish orange on the obverse, slightly warmer rose red on reverse, universally mirrored and finished with a silky smooth appearance. This is a gorgeous gem example of the key issue in the modern proof Lincoln cent series. It was sold for $2,760. Number 12, here is 1945 D. Jefferson nickel in mint state 68 condition with full steps. These delectable, superb gem exhibits virtually flawless surfaces. The strike is razor sharp throughout, and there is not even a single detracting abrasion. Also beautifully toned, both sides are layered in soft pastel iridescence of sandy gold, pale pink, ice blue and mint green. Simply gorgeous. The surfaces are simply incredible in their preservation and are graced by delicate pastel hues. It was sold for $2,880. This is 1924 D Lincoln Cent in MS65 condition, initially certified by PCGS and approved by CEC thereafter. Iridescent pinkish rose and steel blue undertones pierce through an overlay of medium copper patina as the surfaces rotate under the light. Boldly struck throughout, a very unusual characteristic of this often weakly defined date. A smooth satiny gem that makes a very positive impression on the eye. It ended up selling for $2,880. Number 10, here is 1952 D Lincoln Cent in MS67 Plus condition. According to NGC, this is a plentiful issue in fully red gem condition, and most examples are well struck from dies that rarely show more than moderate wear. Numerous repunched mint-mark varieties have been recorded for 1952 D cents, but none are compelling enough to command a premium. This one was sold for $3,840. Number 9, this is 1936 Lincoln Cent with double die obverse, graded in mint state 65 red by PCGS. According to Stax Power, the lustrous deep mint red example with bold golden red surfaces. The strike is sharp, and as expected of the signed grade, there are no serious blemishes noted. Doubling plane at date, Liberty, and all peripheral legends. One of the boldest of all double die varieties in numismatics. Not so bold as 1955 double die obverse cent, but not far off that mark. It was sold for $4,800. Number 8, this is 1953 S Washington Quarter in MS68 condition, vividly toned top grade registry coin. The 1953 S Washington Quarter presents a significant challenge for the registry collector, as top grade examples are major rarities. Vivid multicolor toning encompasses frosty pristine surfaces and sharp design elements. Eye appeal is outstanding. It ended up selling for $5,040. Number 7, here is 1956 Roosevelt Time in mint state 68 with full bands. The obverse has an extraordinary display of blue, green, violet and gold toning. The reverse is essentially all brilliant with only faint powder blue toning at the border. It was sold for $5,520. Number 6, this is 1958 Lincoln Cent in MS67 Plus red condition. PCGS reported just 8 specimens in this high-end grade, with none finer. This specimen displays distinctive lilac accents around Lincoln's head and the rich reddish-orange colors throughout the incredibly smooth, sharply struck surfaces. Eye appeal is just tremendous. It was sold for $6,300. Number 5, moving on with his 1955 Roosevelt Time with attractive toning, graded in mint state 68 by PCGS. This lustrous gem displays vivid tones of neon blue, olive green, crimson red, copper red on obverse. Although sharply struck, the torch on the reverse is not that sharp enough to gain full bands designation from grading service. Nevertheless, at high-end grades, this specimen was sold for $9,300. Number 4, this is 1950 S Lincoln Cent in MS68 red condition. Pristine surfaces yield pumpkin orange luster and rich satiny texture. This coin is entirely devoid of spots with sharp design elements and incredible eye appeal. An essential acquisition for the registry collector, it was sold for $10,800. Number 3, here is 1950 D Franklin half dollar in MS67 condition with full bell lines. The 1950 D Franklin half dollar is a well-made issue, with full bell lines coins being plentiful in grades as fine as MS66. However, this superb gem example is major rarity with only 6 specimens in this grade reported by PCGS with non-numerically finer. This piece displays vibrant frosty mint luster rolling across sharply defined motifs and pristine surfaces. Deep amber russet olive green and golden toning encompasses each side. Eye appeal is just outstanding. It was sold for $13,200. Number 2. 1951 Franklin half dollar in PR67 plus condition. The Philadelphia Mint struck modest mintage of 57,500 proof Franklin half dollars for collectors in 1951. Unfortunately, most of the coins have shallow mirrors and examples with ultra cameo contrast are elusive. Also, the mint cellophane packaging was not suitable for long-term storage and many survivors showcase hairlines in the fields. This spectacular plus-graded superb gem displays virtually pristine brilliant surfaces throughout. It was sold for $19,200. Number 1, and this is the most valuable coin of this episode, amazing double denomination cent and dime mill. 1995 Roosevelt dime struck with cent of worst die. Graded in mint state 64 by NGC according to Heritage. This satin-near gem displays the characteristics expected of a dime struck with a cent of worst die. The obverse has only partial rim in God We Trust and L in Liberty are tight against the border. This is because the dime planchet was less in a diameter than the cent die in the dime side. The border displays minor softness of strike, principally on ES of AM. This was partly due to the die alignment, but also because of metal flow on the planchet towards the collar to fill the unexpectedly wide cent obverse die. The strike on the cent is sharp except for minor incompleteness on the truncation of Lincoln's bust near the VDB's initial. This true rarity was sold for $57,500. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content on fascinating world of collecting. Have a good one. There is 2000 P Curious Sacagawea dollar in MS68 condition. The famous 2000 P Curious dollars are distinguished by the veins on the eagle's tail. That ribbing is not present on uncirculated or even proof coins. According to Heritage, with only 5,500 coins distributed and given to the public nature, it's easy to see why this cherry pickers and guidebook variety ranks 14th among the 100 greatest US modern coins. This golden superb gem enjoys swirling mint luster over fully struck and flawless preserved surfaces.
Welcome back to our channel, Coin Enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the world of numismatics to explore 6 incredibly rare coins that could potentially change your retirement game. Stay tuned to uncover hidden treasures. Hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. Number 6. This is a 1941 Lincoln cent in PR67 red condition. CAC is a proven superb gem. The watery mirrors are almost entirely copper orange, with subtle rainbow iridescence at the right obverse and reverse margins. The strike is bold, and the eye appeal is as impressive as the preservation. The 1941 proof cents were produced to the extent of only 21,100 pieces, at a time when collectors could order their favorite denominations from the mint individually. This praiseworthy superb gem red coin, certified in a green label holder, is one of 19 so certified at PCGS, with none finer. It ended up selling for $28,200. Number 5. This is a 1940 Jefferson nickel with a reverse of 1938. Graded as PR68 by PCGS. According to Heritage, ice blue, pink grapefruit, magenta, and apricot colors endow this well-struck and seemingly unimprovable PR68 specimen. Even a close examination with a loupe fails to reveal any marks, hairlines, spots, or other distractions on either side. An amazingly original piece. According to Ron Guth and Bill Gale in their 2002 edition of United States Proof Sets and Mint Sets, the reverse of 1938, with wavy steps on Monticello, is currently approximately 50 times rarer than the reverse of 1940 variety. This is one of 4 PR68 reverses of 1938 coins certified by PCGS, none finer. It was bargained for $28,750. Number 4. This is a 1939 S. Washington quarter in MS68 condition. Graded mint state 68 by PCGS. This is the ultimate registry coin for the 1939 S Washington quarter, being the sole finest at PCGS. Satiny, unblemished mint luster complements boldly rendered devices. Much of each side is brilliant, although deep crescents of crimson, gold, and amber olive toning appear along the lower obverse and upper reverse borders. Eye appeal is outstanding. It ended up selling for $30,000. Number 3. This is a 1955 Lincoln Cent in PR69 deep cameo condition. Shown as a truly memorable coin and a proof Lincoln Cent of any date. According to Stack's Bowers, this is a glorious specimen, as the assigned grade suggests, with virtually flawless surfaces dressed in vivid fire orange mint color. Watery fields support satiny design elements, making the entire package smooth in the hand and virtually pristine. The proof mintage of this issue is 378,200 pieces, which is not overly generous for the decade and pales in comparison to those of later dated issues in the proof Lincoln series. Even so, David W. Lang, The Complete Guide to Lincoln Cents, 1996, states that full red gems are readily available. On the other hand, the author observes, the greater number of new dies used also resulted in an increased population of cameos, though deep cameo examples are still quite rare. This true gem ended up selling for $50,400. Number 2. This is a 1935 piece dollar in MS67 condition. The final year 1935 piece dollar is usually available, even as fine as MS66. However, superb gem examples are inherently rare, with only 16 reported at PCGS, with none finer. This piece is fresh on the market. Brilliant, satiny luster complements a bold strike, and neither the fields nor the devices exhibit mentionable abrasions. An attractive registry coin that ended up selling for $31,200. Number 1. And this is an attractively toned 1932 D Washington quarter in MS66 condition. John Flanagan's Washington quarter design debuted in 1932, at a time when there was little demand for coinage in the stagnant national economy. The Great Depression had reduced the need for quarters to the point that none were struck in 1931, and none would be produced in 1933. The Washington quarter was intended to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, a project that had been under consideration in various forms since 1924, and its role as a medium of exchange was a secondary consideration. The Philadelphia Mint struck a respectable total of 5.4 million pieces in 1932, but the Denver and San Francisco facilities struck only token mintages of 436,800 and 408,000 pieces, respectively. Numismatic demand for the coins finally developed after World War II, and most survivors were culled from circulation by 1960. Today, the 1932 D is scarce, but not really rare, in lower mint state grades, but the issue is the prime condition rarity of the series in gem, or better, condition. This superb gem ended up selling for $74,400. Thanks for watching this video. Keep following us on YouTube, and don't forget to hit the subscribe and like buttons before you move on with another video. Have a nice day.
Welcome to our channel where we unravel the captivating world of rare coins. In this eye-opening video, we will take you on a thrilling journey as we delve deep into the astonishing value hidden within 17 rare coins. Hit the subscribe button below and let's get started. Number 17, 1945 S Jefferson Nickel and Mint State 68+. It acquired a star designation from grading company of NGC for Excelsior. 1945 S is seldom seen with full steps. This top-graded super gem would make a terrific alternative. It's magnificently toned in neon hues including blue, green, pink, yellow, and violet. It was sold for $2,640. Number 16, here is 1936 Mercury dime with full bands, graded as MS68. According to NGC, a mintage this high was unimaginable just a few years earlier, and it reflects the optimism that existed during the New Deal period. 1936 P dimes are plentiful in all grades through MS67, and enough of them display full bands that this feature is not an obstacle to locating a suitable piece. At grades MS68, however, and over, they are considered rare. It was sold for $1,800 on August 20, 2023. Number 15, here is 1963 Washington quarter with double die obverse, graded in mean state 66 by PCGS and proven by CEC. Doubling is most evident in motto "In God We Trust" and little less on the date. This attractively toned specimen was sold for $2,418.75 with buyer's fee. Number 14, this is 1941 D Jefferson nickel in mean state 68 with 5 full steps. 1941 D, like many Jefferson nickels, is plentiful overall but becomes a major condition rarity in its uppermost full steps grades. This lofty example displays pristine, glistening mint luster cast in delicate iridescent toning. The strike is sharp and neither side has a single notable abrasion. It was sold for $3,000. Number 13, this is 1961 D Franklin half dollar in mint state 66 plus with full bell lines. Typical of Franklin halves from 1960s, gems grading higher than MS65 are elusive and highly sought after. The 1961 D issue is a bit better struck on average than its Philadelphia cousin, so a fair number of certified FBL coins are available to advanced collectors. They become scarce in mint state 66 and over. This specimen ended up selling for $3,240. Number 12, moving on with this 1945 P. Jefferson nickel in mint state 68. This elusive specimen displays light album toning with no discernible marks or distractions. The huge mintage of 1945 P. nickels seem to have led to rushed work of mediocre quality. Most are not fully struck, and worn dies are frequently seen. This MS68 gem ended up selling for $4,250. Number 11, here is an exquisite error-proof 1972 S Washington quarter double struck on Roosevelt dime, so-called double denomination coin, otherwise called 35-cent piece. Due to size difference, color die didn't fully deploy, giving western rims irregular shape. The lettering liberty is totally absent and In God We Trust is partially struck. Central device elements are mostly sharply impressed. This PR68 error piece fetched a sum of $3,600. Number 10, this is 1918 D Lincoln Cent in MS65 plus red condition. Very tough date in full red. PCGS plus grade for premium quality at the top of end of assigned grade. Full red 1918 D cents are scarce and most likely to be seen in MS64. In MS65 this date is quite rare, and in MS66 red and above, the 1918 D cent is downright rare. The finest example certified by PCGS is a single MS67 red with guiding price of $95,000. This MS65 plus red gem ended up selling for $4,375. Number 9, moving on with the 2000 Pisaka Javia dollar in MS67 condition. Elusive curious issue with enhanced tail feather motifs on the backside. It was struck from a special reverse die hop, and the coins were only dispensed in curious boxes for special promotion. Once discovered, the promo ended and the few known are very rare. This coin was bargained for $5,250. Number 8, here is 1954 S Jefferson nickel MS65 condition with full steps. According to NGC, as the final issue of nickels from the San Francisco Mint before that facility is 10-year suspension in coining, 1954 S rolls were widely hoarded. Mint state pieces are thus very common, and many have been certified as gems on the base of luster and surfaces alone. This issue, however, is extremely rare with full strike. Number 7, this is 1942 D Washington quarter in MS68 condition. No Washington quarters struck prior to mid-1990s are common in MS68 PCGS holders. The 1942D is a good representation of the rarity of these coins. This example displays near-flawless satin mint luster and a bold strike. Original multicolored toning adorns each side. It was sold for $6,300. Number 6, a wartime error penny, 1943 steel cent from Denver with repunched mint mark. Under close inspection, it's not difficult to detect the D over D mint mark. Very scarce and popular steel cent variety with fantastic luster and eye appeal. A great value in the Lincoln set due to the extremely low population. It was sold for $10,750. Number 5, 1965 Washington quarter in MS68 condition. According to Heritage, the mint transitioned from familiar silver alloy for the quarter dollar to a copper-nickel clad composition in 1965. Coinage surpassed 1.8 billion pieces between all of the active mints, but these were struck without mint marks, making effectively just one issue for the year. Extended commercial use absorbed most of the production of this issue, while mint state examples were preserved in raw quantity. Satiny luster and iridescent toning grace the pristine surfaces. Slight softness on the Washington's hair is normal for the date. It was sold for $11,400. Number 4. This is 1929 S. Lincoln cent in MS66 plus red condition. According to PCGS, the 1929 S. Lincoln cent is one of more common dates from the San Francisco mint from the teens and 20s. However, it's much scarcer than most Lincoln cents from the 1930s and after. In MS66, it's very scarce, about 100 examples known with only 2 pieces reported, numerically finer. This lot realized $13,000 in 2022. Number 3, here is 1933 D. Lincoln cent in MS67 plus condition. Underrated date in full red, rares is nice. Hints of orange magenta enhance the look of this beauty, which dips with lustrous patina. CAC approved penny for quality. This vividly toned penny ended up selling for $13,500. Number 2, another CAC certified gem. 1909 S. Lincoln cent in MS67 red condition. Scarce first-year issue Lincoln cent from the San Francisco mint with lustrous blazing red surfaces, a rarity that is almost as scarce as the more famous SVDB in full red, with non-numerically finer at PCGS. It ended up selling for $15,250. Number 1, this is 1953 S. Jefferson nickel in MS66 condition with full steps. The 1953 S is one of the strike rarities in Jefferson nickel series, posing a challenge for registry collectors focused on full steps coins. PCGS reported just 2 specimens in MS66 with FS designation. This particular piece displays satiny luster, with a hint of light champagne toning. Moderate dye erosion is apparent on each side, causing metal flow lining in the margins, but the steps of Monticello are sharply defined. It ended up selling for $16,800. Hit the subscribe button to stay tuned for more captivating content about rare coins, fascinating stories, and timeless treasures. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with fellow coin enthusiasts. Take care.
Welcome back to our channel, Coin Enthusiasts. In today's episode, we're diving into the exciting world of numismatics as we explore several coveted US coins that can turn your collection into a treasure trove when found in uncirculated condition. Starting with this 1974 P. Washington quarter, a heavily circulated specimen with medium softness on the bust of the president, accompanied by massive gouging. The coin displays circulation wear on both sides. According to the NGC price guide, as of September 2023, a Washington quarter from 1974 in circulated condition is worth between 30 cents and 85 cents. However, on the open market, 1974 quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $1,500. Here is the 1991 P Washington quarter in circulated condition as well. This coin is in much better condition than the previous one. Nevertheless, it displays numerous bag marks and surfaces are covered with patented explosions, which impair the overall eye appeal and reflectivity of the coin. The small mint mark P near the ponytail denotes the Philadelphia Mint, the facility where this coin was struck. According to the NGC price guide, as of September 2023, a Washington quarter from 1991 in circulated condition is worth between 30 cents and 85 cents. However, on the open market, 1991 P quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $115. This is a 1989 Lincoln cent in red and brown condition. Sharply struck, lustrous specimen with minimal wear on either side. The most distracting element is the large carbon speckle by the rims at 2 o'clock. 1989 P has a massive mintage of over 7 billion, so they are mostly common in lower grades. They only become elusive in mint state 67 and over. MS-68 specimens with a guiding price of $425 are scarce, while anything finer is considered rare and worth over $3,000, according to PCGS. This is the 1984 S-proof Washington quarter from our collection. Beautiful collectible gem with a charming finish. The small S mint mark indicates that it was issued in the San Francisco branch of the Mint, which mainly produces proof coins. This coin displays the deep cameo feature, which means there is a stark contrast between mirror-like fields and frosty reliefs, otherwise called device elements. This one has an average PR grade due to the minuscule distraction on the fields. They command premiums only in PR 70 grade, which is the highest grade and has a guiding price of over $800 as for PCGS. This is a brilliant uncirculated 2005 Sacagawea dollar in average mint condition. The coin is tack sharp, and the surfaces radiate vibrant manganese gold luster with a neat cartwheel effect. Contact marks are minimal. According to the NGC price guide, as of September 2023, a Sacagawea coin from 2005 in circulated condition is worth between $1.05 and $1.35. However, on the open market, 2005 D dollars in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $800. And this is a 1980 Lincoln cent with a small mint error. Circulated brown specimen struck slightly off-center. Due to die disalignment, color dyes create this doubling effect on the rim, better known as railroad rim. According to PCGS, the 1980 P Lincoln cent is very common, as the U.S. Mint struck over 7.4 billion examples. Examples up to MS-66 are easy to locate. In MS-67, they are scarce. Anything grading higher than MS-67 is considered rare. MS-68 specimens have a guiding price of $8,000. Thanks for watching this video. Please consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating numismatic content. And don't forget to hit the like button.